Good morning, fellas. How are we doing today? Welcome back to another PokeMMO stream recap. And yes, finally, people have discovered the true value, the real worth of worms, the best vanity in PokeMMO. No, this is obviously a buyout. I don't know. I don't know who did this. These super cheap vanities, things like the worm, things like these Cobons. People look, it's a double buyout. People love to buy these things out. How's the shovel looking? Because it's honestly pretty easy sometimes. Now, the shovel's a more recent vanity, so there's more of them actually listed on the GTL, so a more difficult one to actually buy out. But worms, you know, they're totally bought out. Whoever bought them out went full on, just relisting for 500k a piece. Cobons, there's only 12 listed, you know, it got fully bought out. Are they really worth 57k? Probably not. Maybe close to that, maybe like 40-ish. We'll have to see them. Honestly, maybe this price has been kind of going up temporary, slowly, what's the word, going up over time. I will disclosure, I do have a lot of Cobons. I was a big Cobon supporter in saying this item was amazing and cool and underrated. Just a cool little gem on the forehead, a coin, an amulet coin per se. But you know, keep that in mind. I'm not trying to encourage buyouts or whatever. And then worms, here they are. Worms, they're gonna happen, right? Patrouski, wait, this is coming from a PokeMMO staff member. Patrouski, sorry for what's about to happen. Check your whispers. I guess we're talking about getting shinies. I completed the Kanto trio a little more. Did you get 2 in one batch? I mean, this... I mean, dude, this makes so much sense. For those who don't know, Park went 300,000 eggs dry on a shiny Charmander. Like, the driest I've ever seen someone go on eggs, I believe. I know Kuroshi was pretty dry, but like, obviously drier. I'm not sure about eggs. Dude, this is crazy. Congratulations. I mean, I think it's cool. Do you have Squirtle as well? I think this is cool. I think it's sick to have 2. Now you can have 1 stay a Bulbasaur and 1 be a Venusaur. That's so, dude, congratulations. What a wild feeling that must be. Getting 2 rare shinies like that in 1 egg batch. That's so sick. Anyways, congrats, Park. Sorry, excuse me. I have Squirtle and Charizard already. Okay. Today, for me, I didn't hatch my eggs yet. I keep forgetting. Okay, step 1, we're gonna hatch these. Because step 2, I'm gonna be box sorting, guys. I have so much stuff in my boxes. Look at this. That's just random junk all over the place. These are left over from a catch event. I did clean out that box. I don't even know what this is. This is stuff to be EV trained, which means it should go in the untrained box. So why is it over here? I literally couldn't tell you. My boxes are just a mess. This is leftover. This is leftover swarm Pokemon from the Halloween event that I never turned in. So, like, these need to be released / sold. This was a catch event that I haven't sorted. There's so much junk. A lot of it's like, these are my 2012 and 2013 Pokemon. These will obviously stay. We actually move these down here as little collectible pieces. Nice little boxes. I do actually want to go over my 2012 and 2013 collections kind of soon. We'll see how soon I can get videos on that, you know, covered in I want to do it in detail. Here's a bunch of stuff. What is all this? Is this all utility Pokemon? Like, this should all be in other boxes? I can't explain to you guys. I've just gotten lazy. That's all. Like, I've gotten lazy and my sorting stuff is all over the place. So that's all I can really say. I'm going to go ahead and jump into it, and I'll show you guys what it looks like after, and probably hours of sorting today. So we have a lot to do. I have cell boxes. I have cell 2. Where's my cell 1? I do have a cell 1 somewhere. Is this supposed to be my no. I should have, oh yes, it's just called cell. So I have cell 2, and cell 3. So and cell 1 and 2 are full, and then cell 3 is half full. I'm gonna try my best to clear these out as much as possible today, and just clean my boxes. I hate doing it. Gamers hate cleaning. I'm gamers. I'm guilty. I can't help it. I suck at it. We're gonna try our best. We gotta jump into it, fellas. Zeffy sent me a shiny Omanyte price check, but this seems like a flex if I've ever seen one. Real price check? Oh, okay. Wow. So the shiny Omanyte from Zeffy. My birthday. I mean, hopefully you're not selling. You're thinking of selling it, right? I mean, I assume not, but my birthday fossil revive. Apparently he revived this on his birthday. I mean, if you want to just know the value, I can try. So we got shiny Omanyte 1 times 31. Are there any shiny Omanytes at all on the GTL? That's like the first. Yeah, usually quick rule of thumb is that most rares are around 50 to 60 mil. Certain things like Charmander stuff could be a bit more. Okay, no Omanytes on the GTL. I'm gonna check Kabuto. No Kabutos. I'm gonna check Aerodactyls. No Aerodactyls. That's okay. Immediately things get complicated. So the reason I checked those three is because Generation 1 fossils are going to be the most common in the game, so their prices are going to be lower. If I had to guess, I actually feel like Shiny Omanyte is going to be one of the lowest priced shiny fossils in all of PokeMMO. Their fossils have been in the game the longest since the game was originally Kanto back in 2013, and you didn't get fossils until later on, so those have more time to pop fossils and more time and opportunity to get shiny Omanyte. So I'm guessing that shiny Omanyte is like one of the cheaper fossils, but cheaper being like, you know, 50 to 60 mil. Let's check other fossil monsters. So then I would go to Gen 2 and I would look over things like what's the Gen 2 fossils? Is it Tradilly? But even those, I would honestly go to Gen 3 because Gen 2 ones weren't in the game that quickly either. So I think of like Armadillo or whatever. What's his name? What am I? Armaldo. That's what I'm... Anorith? Any Anoriths? No Anoriths. What's the Gen 3 fossil line look like? Let's do... Hoenn. Because Hoenn was actually introduced in 2015 and Johto wasn't introduced obviously until 2023? I'm forgetting the year. I would just check like Gen 3 fossils. These were actually poppable and introduced into the game for a while. Oh, Cradilly's Gen... I don't know why I thought it was Gen 2. Cradilly, Anorith, Gen 2. What's Gen 3, excuse me. So we can check Lileep. And why are there... Okay, there's just no shiny fossils on the GTL recently. This is making this extremely hard. Okay, let's just go down the line. Tortugas. Bro, what happened to shiny fossils? They're actually bought the hell out. Johto, you would check for the shiny Johto fossils. Sorry, it's early for me. I can't remember off the top of my head. Bro, I don't even know. This is kind of shocking. Did someone say Shieldon? Yeah, you would check Shieldon. Is there a shield on the GTL? Is there a Cranidos? There's... Okay, to be fair, there's actually 0 shiny fossils on the GTL. Did you just list this for 1 point? That's funny. If literally there's 0 other... Yeah, that's your Omanyte, right? If there's literally 0 others on the GTL, I feel like you just go like 80 mil and hope that... Or maybe like 80 to 100 or some shit. Like, that's crazy. That's just so... I would just go up like 100. If there's no other fossils, you just go a high price, even though it's not really worth that in my opinion. If someone's willing to buy it, then, you know, more power to you, right? That's all that matters. So good luck, man. That was a pretty interesting price check. I did not expect to see 0 fossil shinies. Obviously, there's very few rare shinies on the GTL usually in general, because if you hunt for a rare shiny, you're usually going to keep it. The time and Pokeyen it takes, for example, for shiny Charizard, right? On average, you could get super lucky, but like on average, it's going to take you around like 1,000 to 1,200 hours usually for like an egg hunt. Like it can be as low as 600 on average, but it's like, that's like efficiency craziness. Usually around like 1,000 hours, I would say, for an egg shiny, realistically. It's going to cost you 120 to 150 million Pokeyen if you go on rate, right? If you go 30,000 encounters. So it's always going to cost you more Pokeyen, like almost double, and way more time. So that's why you don't see like shiny being super, like shiny rares on the GTL that much. Why would you hunt for it and then sell it? It makes no sense. It's usually if you lucked into it, then some of those guys sell them, but I always encourage them not to, but I'm getting distracted. Anyways, back to, I'm already trying to procrastinate box cleaning too much. Back to box cleaning. So there we go. We'll get that one taken care of. This is gonna be a prepped box for the finals of the catch events. The final catch event coming up on the 15th this week. I'm gonna have my Windows calculator in the bottom of the screen to calculate how much profit is expected from selling all these Pokemon. I would go over to a box like this. To begin my sorting, I would sort by 1 times 31s by doing this. You do 31 in all IVs, you search for at least 1 matching. I think I actually already sorted through this one, so I already moved all the 1 times 31s out of here. The next step I would do for Pokemon like this, you could actually check, like Relicanth might have a decent base price because it's so difficult to catch and find. So they do. Relic has a base price of like 7k. So I would just go ahead and sell all of these Relicanths for 7k. If females are worth a little bit more, they're about the same, it seems like. They might actually be a bit more. If there's only 2 listed for that price, I'll list them all for 7k. That's fine. So I would just list all these for 699. It's going to cost me 1k per, so it's actually 6k profit. So it's 6K, 12K, 18, 24K to start. And I'm not going to show you guys every little step of this in the stream recap. Don't you worry. If you want to watch it all live, you can on the stream, but just to show you what it looks like to clean a box, you know, to actually go through things, price check things, sort through things. So I'm starting off with 24K expected profit just from those random Relicanths. Okay, we've got 22 clan pearls that I'm going to sell for 3,000 Pokeyen a piece as Water A egg group breeders for people who are shunting for something like Squirtle. It's in the same egg group, so people will buy these as Squirtle breeders for their female Squirtles and other Pokemon that are Water A egg group. So got 22 of them. It's 2K profit per. That is going to be plus 44K. This is a good example of like, that's plus 44,000 Pokeyen just for selling clan pearls that I bought or I caught during catch events. Like that's... I think make sure to always try to get the maximum out of all your Pokemon. There's so much stuff like this you can like mass that you can like mass, you know, sort of clean through, right? So I think it's really important to just check everything, you know. To some extent, it's good. Speed is important. You don't want to waste your time because time is money. So it's not always worth to like. I don't sell any Pokemon under 2K, and then even then, sometimes it's worth to like move that up to 3K. But if you can mass organize something like all male clan pearls that don't have 1x31s being worth 3K, listing them all off for 3K is pretty quick. And it's a pretty good way to add some extra Pokeyen to your stack. Yeah, while we're cleaning boxes, I went ahead and prepped a bunch of alpha breeds. Don't ask me how much Pokeyen this costs, because it will hurt my soul. Because I just knew we were going to get four more HelloFresh subs today. Because if you guys don't know, HelloFresh is an amazing food shipped directly to your place. Instructions, you can make it to you know, impress your partner. I use it to impress my wife, make her some nice meals for me and her. Really good deal, 50% off down in the description with the link. It's a banger deal. It's hard to go wrong with that sort of deal. And it's the best way to support the stream by far. It's so generous. HelloFresh is amazing, and 4 more HelloFresh subs, and I will breed all of these alphas and go for that Shelfa chance. Yeah, this is not really a food take of the day, but it's a tech take of the day. Someone in chat said, I can't stand wired mice. I respect it. I understand it. I'm the total opposite. I can't stand wireless mice. I actually can't stand wireless devices in general. Wireless headphones, wireless mice. I hate it. I hate all of it. I hate the battery life. I hate the lack of like reliability. I actually hate it all. I hate wireless stuff personally. I understand the positives and negatives. And to be fair, I think battery life on a lot of that stuff has gotten a lot better over the years. But I can't. It's so. I never want my battery to die at a bad moment. It's infuriating. I hate it so much. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan. Personal preference, I hate all wireless tech stuff. Even on like new consoles, like Xbox, you know, Xbox One being new to me, right? I'm boomer. I always wire connect it. On Xbox 360, I almost purely use wired controllers. Like I really don't like wireless anything. I hard prefer wired stuff. It's just more reliable to me. It's easier. It's plenty comfy. I enjoy wired stuff like a boomer. Wait, okay. I'm trying to get rid of a lot of these Pokemon. Obviously, these I'm just going to go ahead and release. So rest in peace to all these guys. They're just nothing worth keeping here. However, you want to know the real shunter way to get rid of a few Pokemon? I've got 3 male Scorpies, 3 female Scorpies. Yes, I could just like release them or get rid of them. Hey man, but that's rare shunt opportunity. I might as well turn them into eggs. I might as well. And you know what? While I'm sorting through all of my boxes, it's probably not a bad idea to rebreed some of these, go for some of these shinies, and then just hatch eggs while I sort. You can hatch eggs while box sorting and stuff. So it might actually be good for me to go ahead and make a few eggs, maybe like 30 or so eggs, and then hatch those just passively while I do other while I box sort and do other efficient things in the game, right? So there's 3 eggs made just for fun. Bro is 175 million is questioning whether or not to keep 2K male Cubans. Hey man, I mean, obviously a lot of this money was donated, but like a lot of my wealth, like before this was donated, I had like a 500 to 600 million Pokeyen net worth in PokeMMO, and that was after spending 150 million on the Kratos hunt and obviously hundreds of other millions on other shunts. Since I only really started gathering, you know, wealth in PokeMMO since 2013, or sorry, 2021. So I came back to the game in 2021 and my account was wiped. I like totally sold everything off to gamble back in like 2015, 2016, like an idiot teenager, you know? You know, I from 2021 to 2024, I was able to build like 600 million Pokeyen and wealth, like mostly just from penny pinching, from kind of like selling off those 2K Cubones. Like it takes a lot of time to build that initial wealth. Right now, there's a really good argument of like it's not worth my time at this point, and I probably should just sell them off. But I still kind of have a lot of those habits, you know. And I'm not super opposed to that. Let's go ahead and go check these Umbreons though really quick. For example, I'm checking the base price of like all this stuff, even though I may not need to really, you know, be that careful on things. These go for 3k a piece. I'll sell them off. I'll sell off 2 Umbreons 3k a piece. That's plus 4k over on the calculator after what's called. I already put a bunch of Pokeyen into you know, buying these things via Cherish, but a lot of these are opened or caught, you know, during the Halloween events. You can get some of your Pokeyen back, and I don't know, it feels fun obviously as well. It's a lot of PokeMMO is so much about like fun, and I like sustaining to some extent versus just peak efficiency all the time, you know. About what's the battle box for? The battle box is used for having prepared PvP teams ready for queue up, because it can be kind of annoying to like get specific items, get specific comps and compositions and like Pokemon all set up or whatever. When you have so many different PvP comps and variations or whatever, it's nice to have that. You can just straight up queue up with those boxes, for example, by going over to like NU and going over like box 1. So like it can be really useful in that regard. It's really important during tournaments as well when you have to like change your team on the fly. So yeah, kind of like that. I would honestly, I probably should start to use these just for like PVM purposes or for like catching events or like certain things like that. It's honestly a pretty good thing for that. The problem is like you have to like, I don't think you can like can you control click them? You can't control click them. You have to like drag and drop like this, but you can actually drag the mons from here and they'll go from like, let's see if I can show you an example. So this, we'll do my Shiny Rampardos, right? Obviously my Shiny Rampardos is over in, where is it at? It's over in this box, right? But if I drag it from the battle box over here, it gets taken from the box over to my party. So it does work like that, which is really cool. So it's a cool thing that not many people use. Oh, dude, I am not looking forward to I'm sorting stuff, but I am sorting stuff. A lot of these boxes are clean. Okay, look at this. I've done a lot of work up here. I have my alpha breeds. All of these boxes are cleaned up. Like, I have my rares here for shunts. Like, a lot of this is going super well. I'm very clean up. However, I just had to create a sell 5 box. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes of Pokemon. Oh, that need to get sold. And that's not a good feel. That's going to take forever. That's going to suck. I'm going to have to just quick list stuff for sure, because that is going to be just an absolute nightmare. I'm not looking forward to. Dude, I've never even thought of that, but that's actually kind of genius, Manson. I really wish you could right-click a Pokemon in the PC and search for it on the GTL. Would be nice if it auto-searched for like 31 IVs. That's... Most people in PokeMMO price check via the reverse search method, right? Also, I hate this bug where you can't right-click and view the summary while you're selling it. I would love if you could right-click the Pokemon and click like, you know, reverse search or whatever, and try to find... like just 31s. There's like some basic. The problem is it's reverse searching and pressing, and gets legitimately difficult and like pretty complicated. But if there was some basic like, oh, reverse search by IVs and egg group, right? But don't do like species or whatever, like that would be really cool, honestly. That would be so nice. That'd be a really cool thing to have in the game. Okay, boys, I think we did it. We've got HelloFresh, the finals box reserved. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 7 are all clean, all empty. And then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 have my rares in it, and 13, all my rares for rare shunting in the future, which will all get split up into these boxes for egg hunting. We can start buying dittos and storing dittos in here in case of the holiday boost return, or if I just want to egg shunt in general. And then we do have sell boxes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Those are not good. And I'm gonna go ahead and we have our UTs, our untrained Pokemon, our utility Pokemon, our PVM and other Pokemon, our NU box 1, our NU box 2, our OU/UU comp box, our keep Pokemon, which these usually need to be rebred, or like something needs to be done with them, so they're not quite like UTs, or they're not quite ready Pokemon essentially. This is my 2012 collection, 2013 collection, shinies. What's this Yama doing here? I'm not sure. And then my account box, which has a lot of my utility Pokemon that I also switch back and forth between other accounts. So we did it, boys. It took us quite a while, but we actually organized. We actually got it done, which I'm pretty happy about. It took like honestly 1 hour. It wasn't that bad. The problem is I haven't actually sold that much stuff. That's the next scary part / rough situation. So I am gonna start trying to. I'm gonna try to sell as much stuff. I think I'm gonna try to mass sell 5. If I can get rid of 1 sell box today, I'll be pretty happy with that. I've been saying this for a while, but listing these one-time throwdown Pokemon is really making me realize, or I already knew, but I've been advocating it for a while, but like, dude, the one-time 31 economy is absolutely fucked. Like it actually is the worst time right now to be a new player and try to catch Pokemon for profit, which is really, really, really sad, which is why you hear me advocate for the nerfing of Dittos and the nerfing of Netballs, which Netballs thankfully got nerfed. Now we need to see like more nerfs to alphas and more nerfs to Ditto catching in general, probably alphas in general. It's really, really, really sad. Like one-time 31 mons like this have not historically been this cheap. Like, hey, I'm gonna go check, like, for example, like this used to be like prime real estate, a 31 defense mineral egg group Pokemon, right? A lot of mineral egg group Pokemons, things like Steelix, things like Golem, need that 31 defense IV. It's like the most important stat for them. Let's see how much this costs in 2024 in December. It's like 4K Pokeyen. Honestly, which is sad, that's one of the better prices I've seen for a one-time 31. Like, I'm gonna sell it for 4,800 and let the other two sell or whatever, but like that's like a good priced one-time 31, which is, in my opinion, like kind of sad to me. A lot of these one-time 31s are like bare minimum, like lowest of the low prices, you know? They cost like 3K, 2K for one. Let's do this one. This is a 2x31 mineral egg group. Mineral egg group, it's female, so more of a gender. 2x31 HP and speed. This alphas have destroyed the market. It's so bad. Are you kidding me? For reference, this is, and you can tell because the entire first page is all alphas. You can tell because it's all alphas. This is actually so bad. Time to invest into alphas? I think it's time to just nerf alphas off the face of the earth. They're destroying the economy for the average player, for new players. I'm fine. I'm chilling. But it destroys the economy for the average player who's trying to catch Pokemon for profit. Just a bad egg group, but even a bad egg group 1-2 years ago wasn't this bad. A bad egg group would be like the lowest you would see for these are 2x31 in good stats. This egg group needs HP and it needs speed. If it was 31 special attack, like 2 years ago, a 31 special attack mineral egg group with another good 31 would be like 30K, maybe 20K at the lowest. The fact that 2 good IVs in the egg group are 17K, these have been totally deflated by alphas. They're bringing in way too many good IV Pokemon. It's really, really bad. We've seen this slowly and gradually affect for those who've been playing for 2-3 years. We've seen this happen over time. We understand the history, right? This is so bad. It's so bad. 2 years ago, it was probably also more expensive for new players to get your own team. It was, but that's because Cynicals were caught in the Safari Zone and not in the outside of the Safari Zone, right? So that was a big contributing factor. And it's, once again, that is true. To be fair, you touched on a good point to where there's positives and negatives. It is positive for new players because if anyone ever tells you, oh, market is bad, blah, 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 ignore them because it's always like there's positives and negatives, right? Pokemon, good IVs being so cheap, right? Makes it so that it's cheaper than ever for new players to buy good IV Pokemon, get Jimmy Run teams, get PVM Pokemon, get raid Pokemon, etc. That's a good thing. So it is cheaper than ever to buy good IV Pokemon, which I encourage you to do. If you're a new player, prep raid Pokemon, prep utility Pokemon, prep Jimmy Run. It's the best time ever. That is true, but it's so hard. It's so hard for new players to make Pokeyen, to buy those Pokemon without doing just trainer reruns every single day, Jimmy Runs, and that's like all your money, right? Like, I feel like you have to be doing pure yen methods right now. Either that or like breeding or flipping for profit, right? Catching and selling Pokemon was meant to be the loop, the gameplay loop for Pokemon. It was confirmed by the devs, right? And that loop has been destroyed because of alphas. One mechanic has single-handedly destroyed the main gameplay loop of the game. I think that's pretty obviously problematic, right? I think alphas I think we should only be able to catch like 1 alpha per day or something like that, like 1 alpha spawn per day. And the downside to that is time zones where like, oh, you might not be able to catch an alpha for 1 day or even multiple days in a row if you're not logged on at that time. But I think that's okay. I think alphas should be a special little treat, right? Like a nice, really exciting. Alphas are no longer exciting, I feel like. Maybe to be fair, for newer players, they might be for a little bit, but like alphas are no longer exciting. The amount of alphas that I see, and I'm like, it's just not worth going to because the average price is 10K, 20K. It's not worth my time. I'd rather stay shunting or whatever. It's most alphas, right? Alphas, not only are they destroying the market, but they're also like no longer an exciting mechanic. They're no longer interesting. There's just too many of them. There's way too many of them. I think I've been saying it for a while that they were problematic, and when they released, people were like, hey, do you think this will be a problem? And I said it's possible. Let's keep an eye on the market, and then we'll talk about when it's a problem. Now it's a problem, and it's been a problem for a while, and I've been advocating for the past 6 months or so, a little less than advocating for the netball nerf. I think alphas need to be nerfed. I think they have to. It's destroying the 1x31 economy. It's so bad for new players and players trying to catch Pokemon for profit. I feel like catching Pokemon for profit is largely, you just have to catch Dittos. There are still ways to do it, but it's been like nailed down to only a few methods, as opposed to 1 or 2 years ago, dude, you could catch like any Pokemon and make profit, right? Like you could go catch like anything. There a bunch of my big videos were like catching 1x31 Padoves, right, on Route 1. For you could do that for like 150k 200k plus profit per hour, which that's awesome for new players. You could go catch like 31 male flying egg group, you know, Padoves, and these would be worth like 8k a piece 2 years ago, right? Now they're worth 2k. It's been obliterated. And if we go check, let's go check like what if we go check 2x31s, because alphas can't be. I bet you it's a bunch of it's alphas. Alphas are fucking killing it, dude. It's so bad. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. Alphas are so fucking problematic. They're killing the game. They're killing a dead economy is a dead MMO. You cannot have a successful, thriving MMO without a successful economy. And alphas are killing the 1x31 and 2x31. They're lowering the price. They're on everything. It's too much supply, not enough demand. Raids will help that. You can add extra things to increase the supply needed for good, like raids. But yeah, it's just so apparent. And it's so, when you can predict things like that, it's just brutal. It's just brutal. Yeah, alphas should either be guaranteed 1x31 or have a severe less of them, a less amount. Like alphas are just they're killing the economy. All right, after my crash out about my passionate rant about I just it's so sad to me how fucked the economy is right now for like people trying to catch and sell Pokemon. The game is at a more fun state when you can do multiple different money making methods to be successful and catch Pokemon and do the main gameplay loop and do that for profit versus just do gym reruns, just do flipping, just do breeding for profit. Like there's fewer methods than ever. So it's sad to me. I'm not gonna sell these Pokemon. I'm gonna end it. I had 105k profit. I'm just gonna let those sit. That's whatever. We did a lot of box sorting today. Let's go get started on Twitch rewards, which if you don't know, Twitch rewards, if you watch the stream, you can get free points essentially for watching the stream. And then I go and I give people Patrouski OT Pokemon. The main reason I started doing this was because a lot of people asked for Patrouski OT Pokemon, and I didn't want people to pay for it because that's weird. That feels like it's not valuable, right? But I also can't give everybody a Patrouski OT Pokemon that just simply asked, because it's I don't have enough time for that, right? So the middle ground is if you watch the stream on Twitch, you can get points and then get free Patrouski OT Pokemon. So I'm gonna go open up the Twitch rewards and see what we have to work with today. Dude, this might be one of the best displays of the like power creep and changing of PvP and PokeMMO. And not like it's a bad thing, but it's just different, right? This is crazy. Stoutland's at a 42% win rate in PokeMMO. And I only thought about this because Gigalith is at a 37% win rate. 4% usage. 37% win rate. The reason why Stoutland matters is because it has Sand Rush. And historically, Gigalith, so Stoutland by itself is totally fine. Stoutland's like not that powerful. It's like a cool Pokemon, but like whatever, right? It's a normal type that hits hard, has decent stats all around. It's fine, right? However, whenever Gigalith has dropped to NU, historically, it almost always rises back up to UU because Gigalith plus Stoutland is too broken. It's too good. When you set up Sand with Sandstream with Gigalith and then have Stout with Sand Rush to like essentially bust through everything with a normal type stab, it's just obliterates everything. In this current metagame, it's like really bad actually, to where it's 42% win rate Stoutland, and then Gigalith is like 37% win rate. That's crazy. That's like the lowest win rate I've seen, especially for a Pokemon like played 4%. Look at the other Pokemon surrounding it. Nothing is this low of a percentage, right? Aside from Magneton, which might even be being played in like certain rain teams and such. That's crazy. Alakazam is 44% win. That's wild to me that Alakazam is a 44% win rate in NDO. It just changed a lot. I think right now, unfortunately, and I don't know, this is outside looking at statistics. I don't play NU actively, so I don't know for sure. But looking at the statistics, tanks and stall just looks insane in NU. Hitmontop being a top Pokemon, Druddigon, Rotom, Electros, these are all defensive Pokemon. Some of which are bulky and some of which are, you know, most of which are just bulky, not really stally. Druddigon can be pretty stally. Blaziken's a good offensive threat that hopefully break through some of those. Golbat, very stally. Steelix, very stally, but could also be been played in core teams like a Stealth Rock setter. Swampert, just bulky mostly, but could be. Yeah, it's crazy to see like every top Pokemon in NU. The defensive threat, defensive, 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 offensive, defensive, 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 offensive. Zoroark's also really bad. I've always thought Zoroark was really, really bad in NU. It's just, if you get caught by illusion, it might be a skill gap, you know? Blastoise is being played, can be offensive or defensive. It's being played offensive. And then Sceptile's offensive. So out of the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Pokemon, only 3 of them, sorry, 4 of them are offensive. It's not that bad, I guess, but so many, like Lantern's defensive, Quillfish is defensive, Frostlass is a suicide lead where you set up like spikes and stuff, and Destiny Bond, so it's hard to like, Ninja's offensive, Torterra's kind of bulky. So many defensive mons being meta in NU right now. Well, unfortunately, a Twitch reward is a Twitch reward, and this is what someone requested. Definitely one of the more disappointing Twitch rewards I've done. That's what I'll say. Make it female. Okay, and put it in a love ball. There you go. I'm making it for you, you dirty little fucking dog. Okay, let's go get this hatched. We're almost done with Twitch rewards. Dude, this is crazy to me. I think this is kind of a problem in Pokemon. I don't know if it's from people quitting the game or like what's happening. I encounter this a ton with Twitch rewards where I'm trying to send someone a Pokemon. When I was glitching, one sec. Like this guy redeemed a Scyther, and I'm trying to send him back his Scyther. Reply, Scyther, thanks for watching. And I can't because they haven't been online in a while. I don't know if this is like a 1 month. I don't know what this is. I was like, they sent this mail on 25 days ago. Even if they sent the mail 25 days ago and then never logged in ever again, you really can't mail people after only 25 days of not logging in. That seems crazy to me. That feels like a massive problem. Like now I have to just try to sit on this guy's. So what I do in this situation is I copy paste the username and I'll name the Scyther. Hello? I can't even. What is happening today? I'm getting crazy PokeMMO UI glitches. Okay. So we name the Scyther after him. Then we just put it in the etc. box or whatever. I thought inactivity was 1 month. Yeah. Me as well. So he might unironically be banned? I don't know. Would he really be? Usually it's like player doesn't exist if they're banned. I don't think he's been banned. I could be wrong. But I'm gonna put this over in like etc. or whatever. But yeah, it's like a weird situation that I've been running into a few times with certain Twitch rewards. All right, the last 3 breeds that I have, the last 3 Twitch rewards are all semi-comp / like competitive rewards from Tom, as he saved up a shit ton of points. These obviously cost a lot more points because I think I spent like multiple hundreds of thousands Pokemon on this one. This is a 3x31 Magnemite, modest nature. This is gonna operate as a raid Magnezone for Tom. He saved up enough Twitch points. Hopefully this does it justice. So there's that one created. Next up, he wants a raid Elekid, like Electabuzz, and then also a raid Kabutops, so PVM Pokemon. All right, here's the final breed, the comp breed for Tom, the raid Pokemon. Adamant Kabuto, 20 plus HP, defense, and special defense, and then 31 speed and attack, while also being adamant nature. Should come out perfectly for him. That's okay. I don't mind any of that at all. We also have the Elekid that came out adamant, 2x31 and 20 plus in each stat. And we went a little overboard on the Magnemite, but it's a cool Pokemon, so there we go. That's all the Twitch rewards done for today. Okay, fellas, so I'm gonna go ahead and once this hatches, I'll send them over to Tom, complete that, and then after this, probably either move on to shiny hunting. I think I do want to just shiny hunt, get my encounters up. I'm at 21,095. I could also just start buying Dittos and prep for egg hunts as well. Now that I have the Pokeyen, which is super crazy, right? It might be worth to like start buying Ditto boxes from people or just buying certain loose Dittos. wherever possible, and then plopping them over into boxes like this. We could do a few dittos. I could also just, you know, hatch things passively while we do more box sorting in the future. Wait, that's actually insane. Look how cheap 1 times 31 dittos are. Bro, they're like the same price as shittos. This one's actually an insane breeder. We'll buy that. What is happening? Actually, what is happening? I'm gonna buy these because there's like that. They're just so like, that's actually crazy. What are these IVs? Wait, what is this? 25, 20, 31, everything? It's so high. What? Ditto prices are insane. That's actually so crazy. I'm actually super in favor of this. I know not everybody is Leo, but I think MMOs, I'll read what you said first. I think another thing that is super important when it comes to raids with PokeMMO is a raid that a player can do solo. Queuing is ass, and not everyone has a team. I'm a big fan of when MMOs allow content to be soloable and allow it to be cooperatively played. And I'm even okay with, like, if there's a disadvantage for solo playing a raid or whatever, and not just the disadvantage being solo queuing into 3 randoms, because that sucks. But if you're like doing like a 1v1 raid or whatever, and the rewards aren't as good, versus like the rewards are better if you do cooperative, I'm fine with that. Or like taking longer. It's like more, you know, it's a longer fight if you do solo or something like that. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with rewarding cooperative play more, but I think there should be an option. I'm a big fan of like giving options of every type of playstyle in any game, pretty much. I think we talked about vaguely earlier. I think the most important thing right now, the most important thing PokeMMO needs is an average difficulty raid for the average player. We need some sort of endgame piece of PVM content that people can go do. Yeah, no, I agree, Nick Shark. Pat keeps talking about average players. Maybe he's trying to bring us down as chatters. No. Anybody who's watching, by definition, anyone who's watching content around something is usually above average. Like if you're seeking out content trying to improve at something, usually you've already done enough to where you're above average, right? Not that average is bad. I'm average in a ton of games. There's a ton of games where I'm average. I'm casual. You cannot be exceptional or above average in everything or every game you play in life. You just accept, like, oh, you know what? I suck at Smash Bros. I'm gonna be well below average at Smash Bros for the rest of my life. I don't care about improving. That's fine with me. You know, sort of thing. Yeah, it's not like a diss, but I think it's really important for an MMO to... I am a big fan of adhering to or appealing to the average player, not at the cost of balance, right? Or at the cost of economy or whatever. So I think the most important thing is a raid that the average player can do, not without some failure, but, you know, a raid that people can do. Someone brought up like PokeMMO needing a hardcore late game raid. I don't think that's needed right now. I don't think we can worry about that in the future maybe, but I think right now we just need a piece of PVM content that players can go do. I think it's time, fellas. We've had a chill enough stream today, okay? I'm sick of it. I'm done with the chill moments, okay? Box sorting, snooze, talking about the game, boring. What else? What was the other? Twitch rewards? That was kind of cool. It's time to shiny hunt, okay? And not just any shiny hunt. Some rare shinies. An altering cave shiny. A location that not many people are at. Who is this guy? I just want to ask him. Hey, what are you up to? Question mark. Let's see if he responds. Anyways, altering cave shunting. Something that not many people do nowadays. A location that not many people go to. A very unique location in Pokemon that is very nostalgic for me. I'm going to pop an expert lore. We're going to see what's here. The spawns right now should be... It changes every few hours. Right now, it should be Mawile, Poochyena, Snubbull, Slackoth, Spinda, Mareep, Sableye, and Zubat. I would be happy with absolutely anything. I just want an Altering Cave caught shiny. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of hosting catch events because I feel like there's so many catch events that there's not really a benefit to it. But, like adding another on top, I just had an idea. I love the idea of hosting nostalgic catch events. So things like catch events at Altering Cave, catch events at the Chansey spot in the Kanto Safari Zone, right? When everybody would farm lucky eggs back then. For those who, I think most people know at this point, so I've talked about it a ton, but it's very interesting. For those who don't know, back in like 2013, Pokeyen either wasn't tradable, it's hard to remember, or you like couldn't trade, there was a cap on how much you could have or whatever. So the economy. Pokeyen wasn't the currency. The currency was lucky eggs, because back then lucky eggs were a permanent item that doubled the amount of XP you would gain. They weren't like a consumable like they are now. So everybody needed lucky eggs, no matter what kind of player you were. So people would just, the only way to make money or make currency in a system where the currency is lucky eggs is to just run back and forth in the Safari Zone in Kanto and just try to catch chances and try to get lucky eggs. And it was like, I mean, it was the definition of make it or break it, right? Like, you just sit there. The amount of days I sat there running back and forth to like never catch a chansey for hours, or maybe catch one chansey, and then it obviously never. It's like a 5% chance, for reference, 5% chance to find a chansey in that Safari Zone, 5% to catch it, and then 5% to have a lucky egg. It's like ridiculously rare. Like, lucky eggs were like so tremendously rare. It was a very, very interesting time. It wasn't like good for the game, but it was very fun and like interesting. Yeah, or something like this. Oh, so I would absolutely love to. I'll have to figure out my schedule around Christmas, around the holidays a little bit more. But Pat, you should seriously consider holding a group shunting event. No contest, no prizes, just seeing how many chatters can hit shinies and how many we can see on stream. It'd be yes, I think that's one of the funnest, one of my favorite ways to shiny hunt is just in a big group of people. Because like theoretically, if you're doing ×5 hordes, right? If you have 30 people all doing one ×5 horde, you should average one shiny an hour, which is really exciting. We could like right click and spectate all of them and stuff. So that's a ton of fun. Alrighty, fellas, we got an alpha stun tank shiny check. Will it be the day? Is today the day we make PokeMMO history? No, but surely it'll be tomorrow. Copium. Alrighty, fellas, I do feel like this is going to be a good place to call it, though. I've been live for a little over 4 hours. We box sorted today. We did Twitch rewards. We talked about my passionate, placements and thoughts on the current economy and the rough spots for new players and how I feel like it's harder than ever for new players to make Pokeyen aside from just pure yen methods. We talked about a lot. We did a lot. We shunted a lot. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if you did not. Subscribe for daily PokeMMO videos every single day. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. So I will see you guys next week on Monday. Sorry for the long wait. And then if you want to go above and beyond and support the content, this month, the best way to do so is HelloFresh, by far. For every single HelloFresh sub, I have something called HelloFresh Incentives. Let me go ahead and find the notepad document that is, for some reason, escaping me. Here it is. HelloFresh Incentives, where for each HelloFresh sub, I will breed 5 alpha Pokemon per HelloFresh sub for a chance at a Shelfa. I will open one of each Mysterious Ball type in the entire PokeMMO in the game, which ends up being around 6 or so Mysterious Balls. I can actually go grab those real quick, which costs around 1.6, 1.8 million Pokeyen per pop, like per complete set. Mysterious Pokeballs, Ultra Balls, Great Balls, Dust Balls, Cherish Balls, and Premieres. And I will do a stream at the end of the month in late December where one sub equals 1 hour stream. So far we're at a 9-hour stream. That's the best way to support. It gets you awesome food on top of it. It's the best way to support. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. I will see you guys later. Have a good weekend. Have a fun time. Play some PokeMMO. Play whatever games you're enjoying. Take a break before the Christmas event if you so choose. I will see you guys later. Have a good one. Peace of freaking Reno. Peace of Reno, fellas. Hey, what's up? Patrouski here, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video. That means the world to me, and if your name is listed here, that means you went above and beyond and supported the channel financially, which allows me to even be here and have the time to do this. So thank you so very much.